Before I get started, I'd just like to apologise for my voice. Mrs. Disgruntled says that I've got a cough, whereas clearly I'm suffering from a complex mix of Ebola, the Black Death and avian flu. It's a medical miracle that I'm still alive. Now, there's another challenge doing the rounds on the internet, and this follows on the heels of the Tide Pod challenge and the Condom challenge, both of which were apparently designed to help attention-seeking halfwits take themselves out of the gene pool. And there's nothing wrong with that, because the gene pool really does need some fucking chlorine. Now, this new challenge is called the Hot Water Challenge, and there are two versions of it. The first version involves someone tipping a kettle full of boiling water over an unsuspecting friend. And the second version involves someone drinking boiling water through a straw. Now, I just want to say, if you know someone who would happily tip boiling water all over you just for a laugh, that person is in no way your friend. They should be locked up in prison, where every waking moment is spent in fear they're about to be violently buggered to death. And as for the people who are drinking boiling water, well, there have already been fatalities. And I know I should say, oh, it's tragic and it's a terrible loss, but is it really? Is it a loss, or is it just natural selection? Because the problem we have as a species is there are too many of us. And in the West, we are obsessed with health and safety, and we have a suing culture. And that means it's really hard for morons to accidentally kill themselves. I mean, this is how bad it's got. At the weekend, I bought a coffee, and the guy behind the counter said to me, "Excuse me, sir, be careful, that might be hot." It might be hot. It's fucking coffee. I expected it to be hot. Now, if he'd served me a drink with ice cubes in it, one of us wouldn't have understood the process. And if you go to any factory, any manufacturing plant now, every machine is surrounded, littered with warning signs. And who are they for? I mean, if you see a large industrial machine whirring away, and you can see blades flashing around on the inside, clearly you're not going to stick your fucking hand in it. But if you see someone who is going to, I urge you to encourage them. In fact, say, "Excuse me, mate, you don't want to put your hand in there, just pop your head in. What's the worst that could happen?" Because if they do it, it's one less of them. I think what we need to do, actually, is come up with more of these challenges, not less. How about we get a competition? Who can take the best selfie from the top of an electrical pylon? Or who can do the floss dance the best standing on a railway line? And I've actually come up with a new challenge. I'm going to call it the Bath Warming Challenge. And what people have to do is get into a bath full of cold water and see how quickly they can warm the water up. Because I guarantee, if this went live within 5 minutes, some dickhead would sit in a bath full of water with a fucking 3-bar electric fire.